Good morning, everybody. It's Meg from Books Off the Beaten Path, and I have 2 early morning book reviews for you. And one I may have already done. I can't remember. I'm getting that old. Okay. Did I review The Portable Edgar Allan Poe? Well, if I didn't, I'm going to. And if I did, sorry for the repeat. So this is The Portable Edgar Allan Poe. And I love how it says The Portable Edgar Allan Poe. And it has everything in it. It has every short story. It has every poem. It has letters. It has, the introduction was amazing. Is there anything more woeful, and I choose that word deliberately, than Poe? Poe is so woeful. Now, granted, I think he's kind of a pedophile. He was kind of weird. He married his cousin when she was 13, I think, and had a strange obsession with her. And yeah, it's kind of weird. And then that strange way that he died in someone else's clothes, and the last words that he said were Reynolds. And I have a friend who is kind of playing with a story idea with that. I won't reveal it because I don't want to reveal his secrets, but my friend's secrets, not Poe's secrets. Poe's secrets you can find in The Portable Poe. But woeful, sad, interesting, beautiful. Poor fellow, his large eyes gleamed rather than shone, for the effect of wine on his excitable brain was not more powerful than instantaneous. That's from Hop Frog. Have you ever heard of Hop Frog? I've never heard of Hop Frog, but it was a wonderful story. So The Portable Poe, I think, is really something that everyone should have in their house. And I think there are certain things that you need to have a sense of to consider yourself literary. And I don't think that Poe is anything but literary. Now let me try to clarify that, because that doesn't sound like it made any sense. But what I'm trying to say is Poe wrote for inner demons. And if there's anything more literary than that, I don't know. I mean, Mary Shelley wrote Frankenstein for kind of a contest. And Margaret Mitchell wrote Gone with the Wind to talk about a period of time that was near and dear to her. But Poe wrote to wrestle with his inner demons. And I don't know, he had a lot. He had a lot of inner demons. And I think that The Portable Poe, if you can find this edition, I mean, you can find a lot of really nice copies of Poe's short stories and a copy of Poe's poems. Couldn't think of the word there for a second. Senior moment. But The Portable Poe has all these letters written back and forth to his stepfather, and when he was at the University of Virginia and everything like that. And it's just a wonderful, woeful book. It's a book, if you're feeling a little melancholy and you want to get in touch with that little melancholy side of you, pick up some Poe. But if you're not feeling melancholy and you want to pick up a mystery, I just finished reading Murder Most Haunted. And this was about Midge, who used to be a police detective, but then she got busted down and she became in charge of the evidence room. And she loves the evidence room. And she really flourishes there, and that's really where she's kind of a quiet person, everything like that. She's very overweight. She uses a cane because she's very overweight, and that's established early on. And that she uses the cane because of her weight, not because of anything else. And she is married to Bertie, another woman and Bertie has cancer. And so when it's time for Midge to retire, so we're thinking Midge is like in her 60s or late 50s or something like that. It's never really explained. When it's time for her to retire, she gets, instead of getting money, which is what she thought she was going to get from the police force, she gets a ticket to a murder mystery weekend, Murder Most Haunted, where she goes to this haunted house. And there's actually, of course, a murder that takes place at the haunted house. And I have to say that it was a well done book. It was a well written book. It was, the ending was good and surprising, and all the pieces fit together the right way and everything like that. But I just didn't really care. I didn't care about Midge, and I really didn't care about Bertie. I didn't care. The only one I really liked, the only character I really liked, is Noah the Ghost Hunter, because Noah the Ghost Hunter is portrayed as this young man, and he just is frightened most of the time, and he throws up. And I mean, I know that doesn't sound very endearing, but I mean, when he is not the person to have in a crisis. If you're having a crisis, don't call Noah. But I thought it was interesting because I was so delighted to read this book, and I was so expectant to read this book, and to read about the snow, and to read about the isolation and everything like that, but it left me flat. I was disappointed. I'm going to give it a 3.0. Yeah, it was not, you just didn't really care. The characters were not fleshed out enough, really. There was some talk of a baby at the beginning and then talk of a baby at the end, but for the most of the book, there was not the talk of a baby, and then you had the ghost of a baby, and then you had the ghost of the woman who had the baby, and then you had none of them were ghosts, and I'm not revealing a lot here, because it was a complex book and it was well put together, but I just didn't care about any of them. I just didn't. So what am I going to read next? Well, I don't know. I haven't decided yet. It's hot here for November. Jimmy and Joe put up the Christmas lights. Yay! So the house is all lit up for Christmas and everything, but I don't know. I don't know that I would recommend this. That's Murder Most Haunted by Emma Mason, but it's her first book, and kudos to her. She's written a good book. The Portable Poe, I would recommend. I recommend for woefulness. Do you want woefulness? Yeah, I think sometimes you do. You want to. There's a short story in here called A Descent into the Maelstrom. There's also The Pit and the Pendulum, The Mystery of the Rue Morgue. Excellent. Excellent Poe. Murder Most Haunted. Excellent setup. Excellent conclusion. Characters. Not so much. And then it got me to thinking, because I write, it got me to thinking, what makes us care about a character? What makes us care? Is it backstory? Is it description of the character? Is it dialogue? I don't know. But this book, Murder Most Haunted, didn't have anything that made me care about really any of the people in it. But, at the same time, I come back with it wasn't horrible. I mean, I read the whole thing, and I wanted to keep turning the pages. So I did that. Miss you guys. I'm ready to do another tag. I've got some tags lined up that I need to do. And I just want to say shout out to everybody out there. And I hope we're getting ready for the holidays. We're going down to Dallas for Thanksgiving. And I've kind of trailed off on this one. But yeah, Murder Most Haunted, meh. Poe, 2 thumbs up. Anyway, let me know what your thoughts are, and I will check you later.